everyone. So these movies exist. Here's a little fun fact for you guys. Originally I was going to talk about these two movies in 2015, but due to some real life and personal issues, I decided to hold back on the idea. So, no better to get to them now for this marathon. Known as the third and fourth live-action Scooby-Doo movies, Mystery Begins and Curse of the Lake Monster were released in 2009 and 2010 on Cartoon Network. Well, before shows like Adventure Time and Steven Universe, this channel has had some dark times. For this episode, let's begin with the first out of these two, The Mystery Begins, which advertises itself as a prequel showing how the gang met and the events of their first case. Even though technically we already had a prequel with a pup named Scooby-Doo. This was already giving me bad signs because, like I said earlier, this was released in 2009. Why is that bad? Because this was the exact same year that gave us Ace Ventura Jr. And if you've been around here for quite some time, you would know that I really don't like that movie. Okay, maybe I'm just fearing for the worst. I mean, it can't be that bad. Let's see who directed this. Alright, let's see here. Brian Levant. Where have I heard that name before? Let's see what else he's done. Okay, he's the same guy who did Jingle All the Way. Not a very good movie, but a guilty pleasure in my opinion at least. And he's also done... No. This can't be true. He's the same guy that made Christmas Story 2, yet another movie that destroyed something I liked from my childhood. Well, there's no good times here, which means we're screwed. Let's get this over with. This is Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins. We open in the city of Coolsville, which makes me wonder if the opposite town of here would be called Dorksville. As we're introduced to this movie's version of Peter Parker, I mean Shaggy, arriving late to the school bus, where we also see the new versions of Velma, Daphne, and Fred. Who's not blonde in this version. What's that? I'm supposed to be angry about this? Okay. Oh, how could they make Fred not a blonde? This minor change has me outraged. 0 out of 10, hashtag not my Fred. They arrive at school where Shaggy enters the principal's office, who notices that he still doesn't have any friends. So he decides to help Shaggy by getting him into the hobby of stamp collecting.
Now, if you look closely, you'll notice that the jackrabbit has only one eye. It's a misprint. Those are the most valuable.
Wow, not even 10 minutes into the movie and they already gave away who the villain is. I mean, who in the hell is gonna fall for this? Look at the face he gives here. That's the face of someone who is not subtle about being a bad guy. It doesn't help that they even have a picture of him being unmasked on the film's IMDb page. You have to be on a new level of lazy to not even try. Meanwhile, we cut to a pet adoption event that the town is having, where we're introduced to the pet of the day. Oh gee, I wonder who it might be.
Meet our pet of the day. He's very affectionate.
Well, that took me by surprise. Here I was thinking it might be Droopy. Also, you gotta love how the CGI on this dog is able to look worse than the last two movies. Anyway, we see Scooby is hoping to get adopted, but everyone is too creeped out by him. Even when he's close to getting picked up, they're terrified by the simple things that pets do. Oh my god, a dog licking apocalypse! They begin to take him back to the kennel and... Wait a minute, I recognize this town. Oh shit, we're in the Woody Woodpecker movie! Oh no, you will not hurt me again! He falls out of the truck when later that night, he comes across an abandoned cemetery, where for some reason, the ghosts of the deceased begin to rise. Scooby runs away from the sight of them, and by pure freaking coincidence, he runs into Shaggy. Like it's the dog of a KKK member, man!
My name's Norville, but most people call me Shaggy. Right? Well then, it's nice to meet you, Scooby-Doo.
Nice to meet you, Maggie.
So because of this chain of events, this leads into Shaggy and Scooby becoming friends. As we see them playing frisbee, eating each other's food like in the cartoon, and Shaggy getting belly rubs. Okay, I seriously want to know how much they paid the actor to do this. The next day, Shaggy decides to take Scooby to school with him, as we see him in disguise. And I get that he's supposed to look like a high school student, but the way he has his hoodie draped over him, it makes Scooby look like a drug dealer.
Hey, you looking to get high? Because I got that good shit.
So a bully on the bus makes Shaggy trip, as Scooby bites him, which causes a fight on the bus with everyone there. Mainly our main characters, because everyone else is just standing there watching the fight. If this was done nowadays, someone on the bus will pull out their phone and start shouting, "World Star!" Oh gee, I wonder what's gonna happen.
My new car.
Oh well, now that took me by surprise. I'll stick to a giant Mondo burger crushing Sinbad's car, thank you very much. So the vice principal, played by Gary Chalk, takes our usual suspects into the library for detention. Nothing else to say because this character is just here to make us think that someone else is the villain, as well as the same with the librarian.
The rules for detention are the same as they are in the library. That means no talking, no texting, and no eating.
No fair! So, like, what the heck are we supposed to do in a library for 2 hours?
Try reading a book. Bad enough they cut my budget, now I've got to do double duty with a bunch of illiterates.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she's the mastermind behind all of this. I should point out that the librarian is played by Lorena Gale, who, during production of this movie, unfortunately passed away due to a battle of throat cancer. So please understand that I'm not trying to speak ill of the dead. I'm poking fun at the character, not the actor. With that said, let's get back to the movie. While they're in detention, the film decides to turn into a school play's rendition of Ghostbusters. Can you help us get to the set of the Haunted Mansion movie? They run to the middle of a prep rally where the ghosts follow them and reveal the big baddie for the movie.
Students of Coolsville High, leave this place now.
The mask from the opening of a Three Stooges short?
Well, I suppose we should consider canceling classes tomorrow.
Cancel classes?
With all due respect, sir, I strongly disagree.
But
It's obvious what's going on around.
The vice principal thinks our main characters are to blame for this and thinks it was just a prank. How? I mean, they were in the librarian for like 3 minutes and needed more time to prep for this if they did do it. Oh, of course! Silly me for trying to add logic into something so stupid. And to add more fuel to the fake-out fire, he even suspends them because they really want us to think that it's him. Plus, it doesn't help that this character's name is Grimes. Now, you may think of it as the name of the Canadian singer, but if you take the S and just have grime, you'll have something that is defined as dirt and grain on the surface of something. I swear, they're not even trying.
I know someone who can help us clear our names. Scooby-Doo, where are you?
Right here.
Oh hey, he said the thing. Shaggy invites him over to his place to look up on what the villain, who is named the Spectre, wants, as it turns out that he's after the school's time capsule. So they break into the school later that night to begin looking for it. By the way, you gotta love how right behind him there's a banner that says, "All About Character." This feels like Brian Levant is telling us, sure, these characters don't look or act like how you know them as growing up, but don't forget, it's all about character. In fact, I think that's the same mentality that was used for these movies.
Jinkies. Look at this.
what is it?
I'm not sure.
Clearly it's from the people who were shooting the porn parody. Oh, I mean, it's ectoplasm. Yeah, that's it. They go sneak up on them disguised as football mannequins as they proceed to chase our heroes. One of them even tries to tie Fred up. I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street 2, so I pray to God this does not lead to him being butt naked in the shower.
That's how a cougar does it.
Okay, I never want you to say that again. Shaggy and Scooby hide in the freezer and somehow are able to survive the whole night locked in there. I'm surprised they don't look like this after they open the door.
Well, I am pleased to inform you that your suspensions have been lifted.
Hallelujah!
Because now you're all expelled.
Even better. Oh, wait.
They all get expelled because, once again, they want us to think that Grimes is the bad guy. Shaggy begins to think about the usual suspects as they all decide to go back to school and try to interview them. But seeing how they can't be seen at the school, they have to go in disguise. Where we see Daphne just finished prettying up Velma. This is the same thing they did in the second movie. I would do the same reaction like I did before, but seeing how this is a high school student, that would mean I have to go to jail.
Rubber, rubber.
You can say that again, Scoob.
Rubber, rubber.
What is it with Scooby-Doo and having this dog getting the hots on human females? Was this in the cartoon? Did I miss the episode where the guest star was this gross chick? So they all go to school in their disguises. Fred goes as a background character from Malibu's Most Wanted, Daphne is someone who wants attention, and Shaggy and Scooby are in trash cans, which did make me chuckle. We then see the librarian catches Velma, but she quickly makes her think that she's a foreign exchange student.
I spent a semester studying the language at the University of Moscow. Я провела много чудесного времени в Москве. Люди замечательные, и я люблю запах Москвы весной.
Da, pero ben Newton, bis Vigo Nosa.
Oh, I miss the Russian sense of humor.
This disguise is so stupid, it could work in the Gem and the Holograms movie. What's this? Huh, turns out that she was actually in that one. I guess her agent has a thing for her being in shitty cartoon adaptations. If that's the case, fire him! They're unable to get any information out of the librarian, so their next suspect is Grimes. Because they still want us to think that he's the bad guy. Okay, I think you guys get the point. As they plan to go to his house at the top of a mountain. How the hell is he able to afford that? Teachers get paid diddly dick, and he's able to live in a nice house all the way up there? Did he have the almost exact plan as Gindrick? They say that none of them could drive, but Shaggy can because it turns out that he has his license.
I was born on a leap year, and I'm very tall for my age. It's because of a pituitary condition, and
Shaggy.
Oh, like, all right, I got held back. Twice.
Thank you for that detour to Scooby's thought process. Seriously, it was much needed. They all go to Daphne's place to pick up a car. Gee, I wonder which one they'll choose. Well, no shit.
All it needs is a makeover, right? I was thinking maybe some blue and some big orange flowers. Huh? That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
300,000 miles. And it's a mystery this machine still runs.
They drive up the mountain where the signs are painted with that chiller font that anyone could get for free. No, really, it's this one. See? As they arrive to his house and begin looking for clues.
Time capsule.
Remember? They were going to bury it on the school's opening day, but they never did.
That's right, because of the Coolsville flood.
Exactly.
So that means that the time capsule is still inside the old school.
Which is buried 200 feet under the new school.
We did it! We solved the mystery!
Yeah, no. The ghosts turn out to be there as well, as they begin to chase our heroes out of the house where the Spectre is waiting for them. He sprays them with the same sleeping gas that the Green Goblin had. As they wake up in the school with a giant hole made in the gym. He tells them to find a time capsule, and if they don't, he'll kill Scooby.
You'll never get away with this, Vice Principal Grimes.
Grimes? That was one piece of the puzzle you never managed to put into place.
Wait, you telling me that it wasn't Grimes? Oh, this movie's totally keeping me guessing.
Just remember, dogs don't have 9 lives.
Oh shit, he knows that I'll be in that movie in the future. I gotta get out of here! They go down the hole to look for the time capsule, but the set begins to fall on the actors.
Are you okay?
Never better.
Was there really anyone trying to ship Fred and Velma? If so, anyone with half a brain cell would know that it doesn't go anywhere. Anyway, they don't seem to find the time capsule as they trick the Spectre to come down. They manage to trap him and plan to leave him in one of the rooms. How in the hell is all that water in there? This looks to be many years old, and if there was a pipe burst, this whole place should have been flooded. Is it like Big Fat Liar and this was a movie set and someone in the back just activated the water? Screw the time capsule, they should be figuring out the mystery of this damn room. They managed to find a book that has a spell to get rid of the ghost, but they accidentally read the one that frees all the ghosts in the city, to only later on read the right spell and put them back in their graves. Well then what the hell was the point of that other spell? You could have cut it out of the movie and it wouldn't change a damn thing.
You think that changes anything? I'm still the only one getting out of here!
If you're asking where I got this dynamite, I pulled it out of my ass. With the fuse already lit.
But then Scooby is able to free himself as he proceeds to tie the Spectre up. And now we will see who it really is, no shit.
What could be in the time capsule that's so valuable? A principal would want to close his own school.
Only one way to find out.
It's just a bunch of old letters and papers and stuff.
Not just letters. Letters with stamps. And look at this one. It's a misprint.
Yes, the eerie stamp. The most valuable misprint in the entire world.
So, raising ghosts from beyond the grave and causing damage to school property, all that was for a freaking stamp? Hell, even our heroes are baffled by it.
This doesn't make any sense.
I mean, is it really that hard to get your lazy ass onto eBay and buy the stamp?
It would have been all mine if it weren't for you meddling kids and your dog.
He said it! He said it! They're of course congratulated by the town, agree to solve mysteries like this more often, as we get a montage of scenes that recreates moments from both the cartoon and the other live action movies, which you would be better off watching rather than this. Because honestly, would you even remember this origin story? Sure, the acting is okay, and the effects for a TV movie are decent at some parts, but aside from that, the rest of the film is just generic and forgettable. At least with the last two movies, there were some scenes I found memorable and gave me a few chuckles. None of that was in this one. I mean, for an average kids movie, it's harmless at best, but at its worst, however, yeah, this is worth skipping by. But we do got a sequel to look at next time. I mean, who knows? Maybe they made some improvement with this one.
My name is Shaggy, I like to eat. My main man's Scooby, but he got 4 feet.
Me and my homies solve mysteries through cartoons, movies, and tons of DVDs.
As old school goes, we're genuine. We've been kicking it since 1969. But Mystery Inc. is fun.
What's the Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. You're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo. The trail leads back to you. What's the Scooby?